the sound like the rubber girl starts to jam. Do, 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 do. Hey, y'all, prepare yourself for the rubber band. Girl, you never heard a sound like a rubber band. Start to jam. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Rubber band girl. Y'all get down. All get down, sugar. Ha ha. Hi, Princess A. Yeah, I'm on kind of late tonight. Believe it or not, I've been on YouTube all day looking around. I said, no, I don't want to jump in that. No, I don't want to comment on that. And I finally stumbled onto something. I thought that the hypocrisy was large. Janice Johnson, hi. Dog Liquor, Leah, uh, Dunmarella. Hey, y'all. Oh, my goodness. Grown folks TV on here. Peace to the host and chat. Anyway, this girl over here, we talking about that fight thing, of course. If you people have noticed, every time someone says popped, or every time someone says, what are the other silly words over there? Tracking. Oh, they still over there stealing my stuff. They're stealing my ish. They're stealing my ish. What are some other words? Every word that she has used, which she has stolen from someone else. Obviously, William McCrae came on here with, they don't like this kind of teaching, right? So everybody borrows from each other. If something is catchy, then it catches on. That's why they call it catchy, right? So we all do it. I'm not saying we don't do it, but she always blames the person like they're stealing her intellectual property because they've said a word that she uses, right? So why then is it okay to go over there and take Brianna's idea? She has to make, out of guilt, she has to say, oh, it wasn't originally Brianna's idea. It was somebody else's idea. And Brianna took it from him. Justification. We all know the list as far as the beef sector goes, it belonged to Brianna Simone up until last week, right? So it's okay for it's okay for her to criticize everyone else for stealing her intellectual property, but it's okay for her to go and take this girl's whole channel, right? Now, one has to ask, did you pay Brianna something for that channel, that idea? Did you consult with her about using the channel a week after she stopped using it? I mean, out of all the ideas, there must be billions. What was it? There are 300 million people in the United States. So there's got to be at least 300 million original ideas, right? This person has got to go and take someone else's idea, just like they're flaunting it. So this is a form of bullying, actually. In other words, Brianna Simone, I'm taking your idea. I'm taking it from you. That's what this amounts to. So now she done, I guess someone has brought it to her attention that how petty and chicken shit this is. So she decided now it's going to be tracking. Oh, I'm going to call it tracking. So what if Brianna Simone would have started a channel called, what do you call that bullshit they do on Saturday? Beef sector something, beef sector news or whatever the hell they call it. Anyway, Five Monster is always complaining about people using even a word that she uses because she has staked claim to that word now, right? She stakes claim to everything. She swears to God that I changed my bedroom bedding because she suggested it, right? And she made people change their hairstyle. And it's all because of what she said. I think this is a form of bullying to say, listen, because of who you are, I'm taking from you. Because of who you are, I don't care. Because of who you are, I will do anything to you. I will take your show because of who you are. He messing with this younger woman and gonna take her idea. It's so tacky and so obvious. But since she has her supporters over there, they think it's fine, right? They're not going to acknowledge it. No one's ever going to confront her about anything, right? And I guess to a certain extent that's what they do on these things. Everybody's channel, if you go to their channel, they're going to agree with whoever their host is, right? It's kind of like this group think, but it's wrong, right? And a blind man can see that this is wrong. You took in that girl's idea because you feel like you could. You're essentially bullied her. You're telling her that all of your ideas are precious, just like you do with your children. Mine are precious, and no one else's is shit, right? The same game is played about this the no dragging kids thing. Now she's over there saying how they just drug man and drug man, drug man. So of course now I found I'm gonna finally drag. No, that's not the way it is at all. No one cared anything about that other person. Ooh, honey, I just got a piece of meat or something in my stuff. Anyway, hi y'all people. Hi Nicole. Hi Nikki Ballou. Nikki, I went down to send your book today, and I got all the way to the post office. Right, I couldn't take it to FedEx, but they don't take PO box. I got all the way there, right, and when I got off of the transit, I realized, oh shit, I don't remember putting that address in my pocket, right? So I was in there reaching in my pockets, trying to figure out, check all my pockets. Where did I put the damn list? Where did I put the address in there? And I had left it at home, 3 miles away. So then I got on my phone, and I sit there in front of the post office, about a half a block from the post office, and I'm just trying to figure out how to get into my email address, and I put it in, and because I never put it on my phone, because I never check my email outside of my home, right? I'm a homebody, and I'm almost always here, so I don't have a lot of stuff in my phone. I don't have Facebook on my phone. I don't have Twitter in my phone. I don't have anything, not even my email. So I finally figured it out after about 20 minutes to 30 minutes. I get back to my email so I can get the address again, right? Without going all the way home. So I was going to go all the way home and get it and then come back. I get to the post office front door, and the damn place is locked. Christopher Columbus Day. Shouldn't even be a holiday, really, because he didn't discover America. Anyway, so we have to do it tomorrow. Anyway, what was I saying? All about this woman. We have to report on the news, people. This girl has started her new show, which she stole from Brianna Simone. She's giving Brianna Simone no respect at all. In fact, she went on there to read her on with her idea, right? Then, so I guess the whole idea, the whole premise is she asked these people in her chat, which all of their ideas are going to coincide with whatever her ideas is, right? So basically, this is just a chance for people to read people, right? Everybody she don't like, they all make the list, and then they just get to say nasty things to the person, right? Now, I was impressed that apparently Pastor Wilson, or excuse me, Dr. Wilson, Dr. Wilcox, paging Dr. Wilcox, paging Dr. Wilcox. What was that on? Bewitched. Paging Dr. Wilcox. Apparently, a lot of her chat does not like him very much. I don't think I only got three comments, and he must have got 30. But it's a chance for them to go in there and talk nasty to people. The show has no premise. I mean, so what? So just everybody just go down the list talking about people? You should have had it where someone actually wins the number one spot on the list, number two, number three, right? Because obviously, Jay Wilson would have been a winner for the night since he had so many comments, right? So whoever gets the most comments, and I shouldn't be giving them no ideas, whoever gets the most comments would be the person who makes the top of the list, or the shit list, or the bucket list, or whatever they want to call it, right? The second person and maybe the third person. Correct. At least if you have some kind of premise to the show, other than just going there and talking about people. Because you talk about the same people you talk about every day. All of their opinions just reflect your opinions because they know they're not going to be posted They're not your ideas, right? So they have another way of insulting people. They've already committed to burning my new book. Well, good niggas, go spend your $12 and burn it, bitch. Well, I don't care anymore, girl. There was some a shock appeal because I'd never heard of such a thing when you burned my first book. But now, girl, spend the money. Give me, I get 70% of the money. So go ahead, bitch. That's what they closed with. Oddly enough, they had actually even forgot. Hi there, King Roman News. Yeah, that would be an idea. But you should be having your own idea. You could have just come up with your own idea. You didn't have to steal from that girl like that. Actually, you didn't even steal from her. You just took her idea in order to insult her. That's a form of bullying, the fire monster, if you don't understand it or realize it, right? All this bullshit about how now you're going to talk about people's kids because they talked about yours over. No, 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 no. You are the one who's brought your child there to use as a shield over and over and over and over and over again. How long do you think it's going to take till people retaliate? I'm not going to go back over my view on parenting, on good parenting. Again, I don't have any children, but it's not a good look. So I guess that opens the door because I've heard you say some pretty nasty things about people's kids while you're toting no dragging kids and then acting like everybody's been dragging your children. Nobody would even think about your children if you didn't bring them up, right? Who would even be thinking about somebody's children? I assume all these women have kids. Okay, who got taken out? Let me see. It's a felony to call CPS false reports. Period. Nicole, you took them out. Okay, God knows what they said, child. But did y'all peep that T? She wants to lay claim to every word she uses on YouTube. Right? We're all stealing from her, and then she's gonna go just take somebody else's whole damn channel. So they went through and they talked about everybody. They said the same old fat jokes. I don't know who raised these people. Aren't y'all tired of the fat jokes by now? Do you realize the issue that, and I'll just say it straight out, that black women in particular, although it's not totally true because if you go to Walmart in the suburbs, you'll see that white women have the same issue. But let's just, for us, after you start having babies and so forth, black women have a problem with weight. So all these people who are laughing, giggling, falling on the floor about you, talking about Brianna's weight, don't they have a similar issue? I mean, let's just keep it real. We're all adults here. They never seem to get tired of fat shaming. I mean, the whole country is aware of what fat shaming is. They don't give a damn. They're supposed to be, oh, I'm speaking for the women. You're not speaking for no women at all. If you had any respect for women at all, you wouldn't do that. And you would realize that you would have all of your subscribers to put their ass into the camera. Everybody wasn't behind. A lot of that might be the reason why people are behind these damn avatars. Tell them to turn around and let me see your ass before we go on about talking about somebody's weight. Simple as that. Look how Jay Wilson has fooled us for all this time. Jay Wilson, honey, is as big as a hippopotamus. He has sat in that chair, filming from here on up. He's been making fat jokes and hamburger people and cupcake people and all this kind of shit. He's been doing that, child, and he's just been blowing up and blowing up and blowing up. People, be real. It's time for adults to act like adults. We shouldn't be fat shaming people. God damn, you can't come up with no more sophisticated read than that. Surely something is bigger, something is better than fat jokes. They've been doing it for 4 years that I've been around here. Same old thing. You don't want to think about your subscribers, the size of your subscribers' asses. And I'm not complaining. I can show you my stomach right now. I ain't shamed. What I'm saying is this. You don't want to think about your subscribers' asses. Think about your mommy's ass, or your sister's ass, or your niece's ass, or your sister, or your anybody's ass, honey. It's a struggle. And the fight thing, didn't she have liposuction or something? Girl, if you had lipo, you're gonna work with the same issue again. That's the way it is. I mean, after the years, it slowly expands again. And quiet is kept. I mean, you're not. You might think that you're curvaceous, but there's only a certain kind of man that finds that curvaceous fine monster. So I can't convince you. There's nothing I can do to make you see how constantly belittling that woman and fat shaming her is wrong. I can't make you understand that, right? It's just like a child. I mentioned last week. You got to put your hand in the light socket to really feel. You really feel the pain. Then you understand it is wrong to put your hand in the light socket. That's going to come back to bite you in the ass, right? And as you get older, I think she just turned. Is she 40 or 50? How old is the Fire Monster? I don't know. Baby, that ass is gonna come right on back. At some point, it's just gonna be one day, it's just gonna start expanding, girl. That's the way it is when you get old. I have been I was described by the police over and over and over again as a tall, slender black man, right? Baby, at 60, it's really starting at 50. That is not my reality. Who would have thunk that this boy would ever weigh over 190 pounds? It's real life, honey. Mm-hmm. What's wrong with this? It's a felony to call CPS. I mean, point well taken, darling. But how many times did you post that shit? Okay, so you spent. Okay, all right. How y'all doing? Y'all tell me what's going on. Do y'all agree? Has anyone else noticed how she lays claim to all words that come out of her mouth? She takes William McCrae's. They don't like this kind of teaching and all this kind of shit. She plays my videos even. I mean, for someone to be so sensitive about her intellectual property, she just, even when we're in the middle of beat, she just plays my videos. They don't give a fuck. That boy took my Meth Monster book, read every page. I mean, he read 9 chapters of my book, right? Feasted on the profits from 9 chapters of my intellectual property. Never had permission from me. I certainly never got anything out of it. But instead of saying thank you, they end by burning my book. This is the kind of people we're dealing with here. So now they're promised to burn my other. Girl, it's just paper. It's just paper, girl. And I got some news for you, punk. When you release a new book, it's already done, honey. It's already done. You get the most sales, girl, when you first release it. A month later, it don't mean shit. So burn to your heart's content, nigga. Thank you for the 1220. I appreciate it. Mm-hmm. But I had to go peek in there just to see. Grown folks, what brings you to this area? I've never seen you over here before, did I? Maybe once or twice. I know we got to check out everybody, get our information and so forth. But she over there stealing that girl's whole page, honey. And then the thing is, if you respond to her, listen, why are you over there playing my videos, right? And then the response is going to be, okay, now I'm going to dox you. Why? Because you said something about me. What do you say about you? Why are you playing my videos? Right? So if they identify that you are not so petty that you're going to get them flagged and blocked, although I might go ahead with this burning thing. I think that'd be pretty easy to flag. I mean, in fact, I'm sure of it. Maybe we can get a QB. He can go in timeout again. Yeah, I said I won't call the police, but I think that's pretty blatant. Something you don't see every day. So I think we can go ahead and get his channel. I'll make sure to link it to all of his channels. Anyway, the hypocrisy and the double standard, right? You ain't ever seen me playing her videos over here. So, hey, Soul Sister number 1 show. A beautiful, happy, beautiful Monday. I didn't do too much today. I went out there and did that. I was able to, that thing is so easy with this damn Amazon returns. All you do is push a couple of buttons on Amazon to return it. It's already there. You just push return. And then you go to Whole Foods, which is right across the street from me. And all they did was scan my phone, and that was it. So, yeah, I usually don't return things. As a young dope fiend, that was my hustle. Actually, before that, before that, in the projects, we used to steal like hell, honey. We we had a whole little gang of thieves, and that was my first hustle. I was a booster, so I used to steal all day and return all night. Right? You steal from one neighborhood. You know, LA is a metropolis, so there's tons. Every neighborhood has their own department stores and stuff. Right? They all got their downtown areas. So you steal from one part of town, and then at night you return it in another part of the town or the next day, right? So you can give all the money to the dope man. That's how it all began. So I have a real problem with returning anything. I don't want to be bothered. Usually, if I buy it, it's just bought. If I don't use it, it's just in my drawer. I can tell you, I starting this YouTube thing. I got so many lights. I got lights and microphones, things tried. I didn't even return none of them. So yeah, we broke precedent today, and we actually returned something. How y'all doing today? Actually, a very good idea. Right. All you do is count them up. It'd be pretty easy. Now, if she used that idea right, you think I get credit for it? See, girl don't get credit to nobody for nothing, child. But they seem to have themselves have a ball tonight, laughing at people and making fun of. Isn't that what you do anyway? You're gonna have to do something that distinguishes this thing different than the other thing, child. You couldn't put a board or something behind you or some kind of screen or make it look like a TV show or do something to make this something other than just insulting everybody you don't like. Well, that's all it is. Because you have your people in your chat saying it, it doesn't make any difference. They're saying the same thing you say every day. They're just repeating what you want to hear, right? Mm. What else is going on? You should have a sale. Well, I have a sale for Uncle Tim. No, stuff like that. If you bought it new, you might as well return and get the full price. I didn't cleared out my trunks and stuff. I gave away, a friend of mine got a new apartment, so I gave away a lot of stuff, Yeah, if I had a front yard or something, I'd have a garage sale in a heartbeat, honey. I used to love garage sale. Especially when I had a car, I can go weaving around in the neighborhoods and stuff. But I don't know where I would put anything. So a lot of that joy is over with, honey. Hmm. She stole her whole page, right? Then she steal the that what do you call that shit when she was doing the news? Wasn't that stolen from Tracy? Who she immediately goes and claims it's somebody else before Tracy. Same old routine, honey. Now she's claiming that this list was not Brianna's idea. It was somebody had it before. Well, I'm sure someone in history's had everything, honey. What the Bible say? You read your Bible, Fire Monster? The Bible say there's nothing new under the sun, honey. There's nothing new. It's rebranded, child. So stop whining about somebody else's. Oh, do you see? They say it popped. They say it popped. The people are so disrespectful over there, child. And they just picking on Brianna. I don't know why that particular way bothers me so much, but it really does. It really does. I think you should stop doing that. I think you should expand your mind, honey. Come up with a new read, or just don't say anything for a while, girl. Just leave that person alone till you come up with something new, right? If the person is making commentary every single day, why in the hell can't you come up with any other way to read her except for her weight? You're insulting all Black women, in my opinion. Now, granted, we have women who are slim, women all kind of sizes and so forth. But when your audience is, 90% women, how many of those people are you insulting with all this talk about their weight? They've been teased just like Brianna has. You had one child. Some people had 6. It's the same old thing. It comes down to respect, honey. Comes down to respect or the lack thereof. Particularly when you're dealing with a younger woman, you should respect people who are younger than you and older than you. I would never dream of cussing out some 20-year-old kid. I would say, well, he's 20 years old. One time I went off on this guy and blocked him and all that. And then someone told me, well, he's only 19. I felt so horrible about it. I said, tell him to come back. I didn't realize I was talking to a kid, right? Deserves respect. you know, they want to be able to learn something from you, not to be bashed or beaten the head. She didn't do a good job. It was the same old Babe Nation rantings. Exactly. I don't see anything different in it, honey. The poll says, what the hell mean the poll says? The poll says whatever you tell them to say. They are just repeating you, honey. You're not going to say anything positive about anybody, honey. So all they're going to do is just hear this, is repeat the same things they've been hearing from you for 3 years, right? I mean, the exact word for word. Are you not even going to bother to post them? Not that we expect them to be anything good on there, but virtually everybody on YouTube was on it. At the very end, I made it to the very end. They made me sit through that shit for a whole fucking hour and a half. I resent that. I said, when they gonna get to me? I can see if I got anything that I can feed off of for the night. Them bitches led me to the very last question. Well, you forgot Tim. You forgot Tim. Well, when they saying you forgot Timothy Blaine, you forgot Timothy Blaine, that is because you covered everybody else, honey. You went through everybody in the goddamn YouTube. Well, what the fuck is the point of a list if everybody in the damn beef sector is in it? Right? You have a list, you have 10 people. You can talk about them. Whoever's the top one, that's the winner. That's the number one on the list. Number 2 on the list. Whatever. Be creative, honey. You ain't creating shit. You trying to just steal somebody else's property. And then you're going to call it tracking. And then somebody else say tracking. You go, they over there stealing my merchandise. I'm going to dox you. I'm going to dox you. Girl. Fine monster. It is no fun to beef with somebody when they know that it's going to end up in you doxing them or trying to cause them some kind of physical harm in their life, right? Why bother? What's in it for me? Why would I even participate in something like that, girl? It's wrong. You could have just as easily. It ain't like the list was some you know, brilliant idea. Damn, you could have just come up with your own idea, couldn't you? You're supposed to be so creative. That's why you ain't got no problem burning my damn book, because you never created anything or made anything, right? That's what it is, honey. You don't understand the value of creating something, being creative. Even if it's you just doing watercolors, you're creating something, making something. The hood table's in here. How you doing, hood table? Where's the hood table? I like your work, the hood table. I'm Mr. Tim in chat. Okay. So for me, it's all about the book for for this next for the month or so. Anyway, so I appreciate you. You did the review on the first 2 chapters, and maybe it is best. You stop whatever, but you don't want to tell the whole book. So that's great. I appreciate you. So thank you, hood table. If y'all want a little taste, you want to get a little taste, little taste of the murder in the beef sector, then the hood table reviews the first thoroughly. If you reviews the first 2 chapters, right? And she's moved on, which I think is fine. I think it's fine. You don't want to give the whole story. They won't even read it. But I'm gonna have to get some books myself. I have this Kindle, and I haven't put anything on it in a long time. And I used to love sitting around reading. I got so involved with all of this computer stuff, though, and it's so quick, that it's just hard to sit down and read a book anymore. But I still use them to go to sleep, audiobooks. But I don't know. I don't think I make it much more than a page. Lately, I've been reading Nancy Drew. Nancy Drew, this little, what do you call them, YT, young people or whatever, little kids, murder mysteries, right? Because I know I ain't gonna listen to but a couple of paragraphs or a page. I keep listening to the same page over and over again. I'm gonna have to get into sitting up and reading again, seeing what Terry McMillan and those girls are doing. Hi, Tanya. Good evening. I got a list, a laundry list. What was the other girl talking about a list? Was somebody else talking about a list tonight? Was that Jay Dunn? Was she talking about a list? Asking, is Kimmy gonna make the list? Is she talking about 5A list, or she got a list going too? People, just make up your own little idea. Come on with your own stuff. Be creative. Challenge yourself. Why does that person need Brianna's idea in order to have a damn show? You ain't got no show. It's the same damn thing. It's the same two damn hosts, the same insults, the same reads. It is the exact same stuff, child. There's nothing to distinguish that I have a different show now, right? You have green screen. I think QB has the green screen. Why can't you just come up with a green screen to put it in the background so it is something distinctive about this particular show? It's not like us just talking every day. So this is all it is, a bunch of insults, honey. National mess. We do polls, voting, etc. Yeah, come up with your own idea. Nobody wants to see the same damn thing. Shit. We already saw that. But she takes pleasure in taking that girl's stuff, I believe. Just like it was the little monsters when you're in school. You want to take somebody's lunch. They don't care nothing about that bologna sandwich, or that peanut butter and jelly sandwich. They want to humiliate you by what? Taking something from you. That's what it is. You got the U-Haul truck ready? What's going on with that? That's the list. I would never watch that channel. I peeked in there. I got nothing I really wanted to get involved in today. There's several things going on, I guess. I don't want to insert myself. I know I recently made up with Sean Bradley, so I said, do I really want to go over there and dig up all this tight stuff again, following behind other people? But that's what Bama Girl and what's the other girl? Joyce Blogs. They're going through now, and apparently there's been some audio leaks. Some audio leaked from this guy. I forget his name, who says that he was the one that came up with the idea for show. That the idea was stolen from him. He talked about money, and they were getting it right from the horse's mouth. Well, at the time, a few months ago, I probably would have found that story kind of interesting. But now it's just about waiting to see about all this show stuff. We'll see. It'll all present itself. But that's their story. Then there's a thing with James Colwell and this girl named, let me think. The girl's name is Pressure Cooker. Ooh, they went in today. People, y'all go in so bad, y'all know it's going to make the news, right? So don't call that inserting yourself. It's not inserting yourself. It's reporting on the beef sector news, honey. So some of them feel like they have to say that this show is the news. This is the news. No, we're all doing the news, honey. We're all talking about what goes on here, right? So essentially, we're all doing the news. We're all doing the list. The list for us would be anything anybody's talking about. But we ain't got to go through everybody in the damn sector, child. How they gonna do that? They're gonna go through everybody in the sector every week. Then they're gonna get kind of tired and tiresome. You're gonna go and insult the people every week, say something nasty about them. I did chuckle a little bit when I saw how many Wilson had, though. They really like to go off on that boy. See, that's what when you're money hungry, child. It doesn't matter. You don't give a fuck. I got to have respect. Put some respect on my name, particularly if I'm supposed to be presenting myself as a doctor. How many doctors you know on here? People calling them all kind of pussy fried motherfuckers, girl. And fat bitches. Child, please have some self-respect, honey. Soon they're gonna be saying I harp too much on the word respect, but I think it's essential. I think it's essential, honey. Integrity. I could replace it with integrity. That's true, Nicole. What did Nicole say? It's the lies for me. Tracy's World 2 in the building. Hi, Tracy's World 2. King Roman, you're hanging in there with us tonight. Okay. Welcome. Okay. Shay, come back. I got to go back. You always say that I'm too slow with the chat. Uh-huh. If it can be taken, it was never yours in the first place. Okay. So if I go and watch the CNN tonight, you mean tell me I can come on here and say this is CNN news? And that means it was never CNN in the first place. Tell that to the judge. They ain't taking shit. The girl already surrendered the damn thing last week. Kimmy said she didn't want to do it no more. This is all for all that bullshit they came up with. She didn't want to do it no more. So Brianna said, I got the impression she was tired of it too. How you taking some happy days if they're not even in it anymore? What you get? It's just sloppy seconds, honey. You picking up after somebody else. Wouldn't it have been just as easy to come up with your own idea? Just sit down for a fucking hour. You're supposed to be such good friends. You can't come up with an idea. I mean, give us something. Giving him something he can feel to let him know my love is real. Ooh, ooh. Many say that I'm too young to let you know just where I'm coming from. At this point, it's going to take something new to shake things up, people. If you want to be the latest thing, you want to get people to be talking about you, this ain't going to do it. Mm-mm. Now, you say, oh, why you criticizing? Did y'all see what them freaks did? The day I announced my book, they rushed to get it. The goddamn thing wasn't up but a couple of hours. They rushed to get it so they can go over there and talk shit about a child and claim they read it in 35 minutes. What kind of a personality is that? But then when I mentioned that you just stole that girl's idea or took it from her, that, oh my God, how could you say that? How could you say it's anybody's idea? It's anybody's idea. No, it's not anybody's idea, girl. Don't go looking in the archive because I'm sure that girl, who they say came up with it? What's that girl's name? Whatever. The one they said came Nest No Mess. Baby, The List. There are movies called The List. Murder mysteries called The List. There's nothing new under the sun, honey. Uh-huh. You should have been asking your subscribers instead of just going over there and insulting people with the same old tired ass reads, same old thing you talking about. Okay, so Brianna's fat. Okay, we got it. You should have been asking them about ideas because I'm sure they had creative ideas right there in your own chat, honey. You could have come up with a whole new show, something new, something to excite the people, honey. You could have put a goddamn green screen behind your child and made it look like something different than what we've been watching. If Brianna and Kimmy were both burnt out on the damn thing, child, what makes you think that you doing it's gonna be any different? We already seen it. There's nothing new about it, child. Uh-huh. I'm about to write a grocery list. Okay, Nicole. Well, I got the U-Haul truck ready. Don't tell Jay Wilson about the U-Haul truck, child. He said, I'm gonna go redecorate. That's just the salt. Stop it, boy. That's the salt and sugar. Don't be saying that Jay Wilson take U-Haul truck and going back and furnish his whole house in one day, child. Oh, I don't want all that stuff. I don't want all that stuff on my wall. Well, put something on it, baby. That's all we're saying. Can't you make it look a little more attractive, girl? You say it's so precious to you. Aren't you bored with that? I mean, let me stop. I'm going to go in again. Okay, you put that goddamn $4.99 little wire thing on them steps, child, when you moved in. It's 7 years. You've been looking at it for 7 years. Hasn't it even occurred to you, you know what? Instead of buying, I don't know what he buys because he don't buy clothes or nothing. He's just paying bills. 5 jobs to pay bills. But it's maybe it's time for me to upgrade. I want to do something a little nicer for my house, right? I mean, you can't just sit there in an empty house. But I guess it's that whole situation with the trailer, child. I guess if I was born and raised in a sardine can, then I imagine I would really have a true appreciation for space. Just space, not decoration, nothing like that. Nothing about lifestyle, all about just space, baby. hmm Okay, so we ain't gonna turn this to the Jay Wilson show, but I want to ask you one question, Jay Wilson. Jay Wilson, you said you moved out of the trailer at 5 years old, right? You came up with that story 6 months later after you originally said that you were born and raised in one. Uh, and you said your brothers had left the house. So if your brothers have moved out of the trailer at 20, right? And you said you moved out at 5. So I'm trying to figure out how long were the brothers in that trailer? They 20 years old, right? Wouldn't that mean that your family had actually been in there for at least 20, 25 years before you finally got yourself out of there? It's just a question. We'll move on. hmm No, you don't buy no clothes, child. Jay Wilson wear them same 5 shirts every goddamn. To me, people were telling me, making comments about my clothing every goddamn time I got online, I think I go ahead and get on Amazon and order myself some shirts. They make triple X shirts, Wilson. They make this shit, child. Buy it for $6. Just order some goddamn shirt. Oh, I'm gonna lose the weight. Well, when you lose the weight, then throw them away. What the hell is the big deal, girl? A hamburger, girl, costs more than $6, $7, $10. Maybe stop spending so much money on eating, right? If you stop eating so much, you might be able to afford to get you a blouse or two, just for the sake of shutting the people up. It doesn't make any sense to me. There's nothing sexy about somebody wearing the same clothes every day. I don't give a damn. You say I got to wash or I got to dry. Is that an excuse for wearing the same clothes every day? Right? What you do? Just wear them once and then wash them? Whatever. 420's in here. I have 420. 420 Envy King. Mm. How y'all doing tonight? Hold on, let me check and make sure. That girl pressure cooker got upset. What did you? I said, what's wrong? So now the other girl, uh, Cookie Monster, she's over here saying, "Five Babe, Beef Sector, send off for for Sean Bradley and Club Chat, faking to you." Okay, she's talking about her military record now. So this girl actually dug into her military record. We got that going on. Okay, what we got here? Somebody named Delivering Doozies. She's talking about she does all this coverage on Andrew Caldwell. Okay. Uh-huh. Laughable. Okay. So well, we are glad that it looks like uh Duchess Kelly Love and James Caldwell have made up. I don't know that it was ever even a big story. We made it into a big story, but it really wasn't. They're back together. Back together again. Whoa. What was that song? Break up to make up. That's all we do. First you love me, then you hate me. That's a game for fools. When I No, that wasn't being shady. That was somebody named Chat Jason Perry. He's a bassist. He'll be here in the chat. He sent me that music today. It seems apropos. That's all we do. These young people don't know what the hell I be singing about, y'all. I noticed this. Let me see. Are you okay, Digo? Are you and DKL YouTube frenzy? Yeah, we kind of okay. He came on my uh live one time. It was okay. It was never all that big a deal, but it snowballed into something. You just know how to tread. I don't get that all that close with people really. You're just okay with people, right? I ain't got to come on here and insult you every damn day. That's basically that's all you can hope for, really. So yeah, we're fine. Hi, Corrine. Corina. You Corrine, not Corina. Excuse me. Thank you. Oh, Aqua. That's a nice middle name. Sang, baby, sang. Mhm. I meant to ask, do you have YouTube alliances? No. I don't even have a name for you guys. All the rest of them, they got club chats and five monster, I mean, whatever you call that shit. Babe nations and all this. I don't got to do all that. I'm in my 60s. I just don't see life the same way. I don't need no whole army of people kissing the ass. If you want to see me, just watch. It's all. So they do all that. I think it's also part of their youth. They still need a lot of validation to think they're running something. And then they corral these groups of people, and then that's how they make a living, right? What does somebody call Five Babe today? What do they call her? Five Babe. Five, they call her something. Five Babe. No, something in reference to her receiving five babe charity or some shit like that. Anyway, they make a living all these people. I've noticed over in her chat, there's only like five people, that constantly giving her money, but they do it consistently. They must just have money to burn. Hey, I ain't giving nobody no goddamn money every damn day, 2 or 3 times every chat. But pimping ain't easy, but it pays the bills, baby. They recognize those people and they cultivate them. So I don't have all that, nor do I want it. So King Roman News, what are alliances? Alliances being no. I don't try to get close to people. And a lot of their commentary I can't even look at because if they're saying things that I don't like, I just don't watch it, right? But that don't mean that I throw them away. But you can't get too close to people because they're going to say things. They're going to say things that are going to be insulting to your community. Then you're going to have the conflict of they're saying certain things about your community, yet you're in that community, yet you're in their chat. It just doesn't look. It's not a good look, right? So I just keep my distance. Let people talk. I can't tell people how to fight, anything like that. So we a lone wolf over here, except for the moderators who choose to help me out of the kindness of their hearts. I think it's great. I find it hard to watch her all that pumping, pulling her hair and stuff. So I never watch. I peek in. It's impossible to watch all this stuff. All of them are making 2 and 3 hours. How are you gonna sit there and watch one for an hour and a half? You don't want to miss anything in case there's something in there juicy in there you can take. But we, as people in the beef sector, we are feeding off of each other's uh, channels, right? So we have to watch. No matter how much Wilson says he never watches anybody. First thing he come out of his mouth, oh, I don't watch. Oh, he's not funny. Oh, I never watch. I don't. But yet you know every detail of every word that comes out of somebody's mouth. Why would you want to be a liar and represent yourself as some kind of passer? Just to be a decent person. I ain't gonna sit there and lie. What is the point? You think you're gonna drive people away from their channel because you say you don't watch? Nobody gives a shit if you watch them or not, nigga. I mean, most people here are grown adults. We can realize that you have to watch them. So even the ones you don't like, especially the ones actually that you don't like, you have to watch them or you're not going to have the information, honey. Just like if you want to report on celebrities, you got to watch what they do. It can be time consuming. I'm not that interested in doing YouTube in that way. You probably grow your numbers bigger if you had more universal type subjects. But I just like what I do here. But I gotta watch people. So she watches me. Honey, 5 miles to know every word comes out of my mouth every single day, right? If it's something she want to use, she just use it. I don't got a problem with it. I think it would be fine if they didn't choose to turn on me. If I didn't have to worry about you doxing my neighbors and shit, I would say fine. We're just YouTubers. It should be okay. It was okay for a while. I don't know who kind of started all this doxing stuff, but that messed everything up. That's what tore it up. Uncle Tim, did you hear that Walter Lee Hampton is selling prayer cloths? No, I ain't heard nothing like that. Walter Lee Hampton don't even believe in God. Maybe he believes in God. He don't believe in Jesus for sure. So I don't believe you, Suey. You just being messy, right? No, Walter is not. Most black people have some degree of spirituality. Walter has none. Actually, he's pretty hostile towards religion of any kind. So you're wrong, Suey. I caught you. So weird. What happened to Shelley on Wilson? What happened? I can't keep up. So much goes on, child. Okay, certain folks you want to watch, you have to put on 2x. I never tried that actually. I don't like it when they're on their channels. You know how they think that they are evading prosecution by speeding up the words, and they speed it up so fast you can't even hear what the fuck the people saying. So why even bother to play it then? If you want to do that and you want to hear and you don't want to get demonetized, put headphones on your head and you can listen and hear what they're saying and then report on what they're saying without actually playing their content, if that makes you feel more comfortable. Or you can claim fair use, but if you claim fair use for the purposes of commentary, you have to actually have commentary. You can't just go on there and just play someone else's material. Many do. Some of them cash in on that stuff, just get the money and run kind of thing. The point is you can use it for commentary's sake. So 2 minutes of them, 3 minutes of you. 2 minutes for them, 3 minutes. If you want to do that, if you actually want to react to something, sometimes I have that where I feel like I have to let you hear it coming out of their mouth. And it helps you keep up with what they're saying. Like I said, man, how can you watch all these? I mean, it's only eight hours, 8 usable hours in a day, right? I don't think you should be on here longer than 8 hours. Who in the hell going to watch one hour video after an hour and a half? The next one you got a rebuttal because now that one was cussing that one out. Now you got to see what that one said and then go back. And that's an hour and a half. And then when do you eat? When do you wash your feet, honey? You know what I'm saying? So you got to kind of red ball through. But you need to know what's going on. You're going to do commentary on it. And pretty much all of them seem to know what's going on. So Bubbles, I don't know what happened on with Shelly on Wait a minute, there was something. But yeah, I think she got offended by something he said about, or he repeated something about her child. See what I mean? I had to have seen that somewhere, right? Yeah. And he didn't want to apologize or a half-ass chicken shit apology. People, don't let your life just be about $1 because you'll do anything, honey. You'll do anything, girl. He got caught repeating shit about her child, and she got offended by it, which she has every right to. Why? I never even knew Shelly even had any children. Why would I know that? It's not necessary, people. Why can't we just talk about each other with grown people talking? And that's what's so horrible about the five monster, because she's constantly talking about her child and bringing her child into everything, and then trying to use the child to get more gifts and gifts and gifts. And then she's amazed when somebody actually says something about the child. Well, you brought it up and up and up and up and up and up. How long do you think it's going to take? It's offensive to me. I can understand a woman being close to her children. Of course. I mean, it's part of your body. I'm sure she loves her daughter very much, Sonny. If you love them, protect them. You're supposed to be the protector of the family. Coming on here arguing with people and cussing at people, that ain't protecting the child. That's just throwing their name in a bunch of mess, right? They're learning. They're picking up everything. That age, they're sponging everything, honey. And when they become a teenager, they're going to have all these issues about etiquette online because they've seen their mama do it so long. This is what my mama do. Yeah, so Black Folk Beauty, I can't understand when they talk to her. If you put it on just 2x, I think it's fine. But Wilson puts it on like 4x. Just I don't watch. If you don't watch anything, then don't come on here talking about everything. Right? Is that too much to ask? If you don't know what you're talking about, why are you talking? He watches everything, Chad. It's a sign of your character when you don't have a problem lying like that over and over and over again. He said he didn't know and took it right down. Took what right down? The message. That boy's gotten so lazy. He gotten so lazy because every goddamn video's got to have all these other people come on there. That's just killing time, people. That's just laziness. He not even take time to do commentary, honey. Talk for a little bit and then go take your ass to bed. Or no, take your ass back to one of the other jobs. Whatever. Whatever, people. People do whatever the fuck you want to do. Yeah, but he, now I roast Jay Wilson as much as anybody ever. I'm gonna, as long as he's around, child, then it's probably gonna be some kind of commentary on that, child, honey. I'm sorry y'all don't like that, but everybody got a nemesis, honey. We all got certain ones we enjoy talking about. That's it. They talk about us, we talk about them back. It's just the way it goes. There'll be ebbs and flows. Sometimes you'll talk about them a lot, and sometimes you can go months without even mentioning their name. It's the way it goes, right? I think everybody does that. Seems like everybody has a nemesis or two or three, or in fight monsters case, pretty much everybody except for QB. One friend. 4x. No, I can't do that. I don't know what the hell they're talking about. Why do so many people fall under Walter Lee's? Mr. Suey, the Suey. Why are you talking about Walter Lee Hampton? I ain't talking about that boy in years. I ain't talking about no Walter Lee Hampton. He has a following. He's built up. I guess they finally got tired of talking about HIV. Talked about it for damn 10 years. But he can be amusing. You know, all these people, if you get to know them, can be, you know, you're going to hear him go ranting about stuff. Lately, his thing has mostly been about COVID or criminals in Atlanta. So, not very interesting to me. But yeah. Well, back then, I used to call him the most hated black gay person in Atlanta. But that's how I started YouTube. So, thank you, Walter Lee Hampton. I do think he has the flair for interior design, though. I haven't found that many that have been that into it. But I think his places look nice. He moves a lot. Now, like, okay, people like him. Let's say, for instance, him, Justin J, some of these other people. They're not in the beef sector. And yet my original beef was with him. And then after that, Justin J. They never called themselves in this sector. He ain't got nothing to do with this sector. He probably don't even know who the hell we are. Right? So you ain't got to be in the beef sector to have a YouTube channel. I don't think Walter Lee Hampton considered himself to be in anybody's sector. Right? I don't even know what Justin J does anymore. I used to find him kind of interesting, but I don't even know. I heard he's doing all right. But you know, you make your own heaven and hell right here on earth. Time passes and your values change. Life becomes a strange, confusing game. Suddenly you want the finer things in life, but you find it takes lots of hard work and sacrifice. Now you're standing at the crossroads of life. Satisfy your personal wants. Will you do wrong or will you do right? One thing you must admit, and you know it's true. The final decision is still up to you. Oh, telling you a natural fact for what it's worth. You make your own heaven and hell right here on earth. And that's something that just popped in my head. I ain't heard that in years. Temptations. They used to split. They weren't all microphone hogs. They would have the baritone, they could have the tenor. Everybody got a piece. And that was their signature statement, honey. Time passes. Mm-hmm. Child, you can't teach that child. I mean, you can't teach her about that child. She doesn't see it that way. I know it's going to be problematic with her for her later on because uh, fathers and their sons and mothers and their daughters, honey. You're gonna you're gonna run into trouble. Values you've installed in people that will stick to because those are impressionable years, right? So if you're teaching your children to basically beg or to accept things from people at that age, that stuff sticks, man. You're impressionable. It can stick with you for a lifetime. It can alter the way you live your life, right? So y'all ladies are gonna have to convince her of all that. I ain't got no cheering. Praise God. I ain't got no cheering. I never had a desire to have any children. I think if God wanted me to be straight, He would have given me a desire to have children. Now, whether or not I'll have desire for this long-term relationship is one thing, but it should seems like it should have at least at one point in my life occurred to me what it'd be like to have children, right? I never have. Never been part of me. Baby, would you please come here? Diddy bone. My baby learning English. What are you going to do? Do I gotta stop saying ding dong dong de dong dong de dong dong now? My baby learning English. Let me see. Tim was a background singer. Bubbles. Tim was a background singer alongside JKL. Oh, you didn't like that Eddie Kendricks, that note I hit? Suddenly you want to. Lord. I ain't never had no falsetto. I can't sing at all, but I know that falsetto is like chalk on the chalkboard. Did you ever see Sammy Davis Jr. picking up? Lord, here we go, Richard Ramirez. Here we go, Richard Ramirez. No, I didn't see Sammy Davis Jr. picking up Hustler Boys on Santa Monica Boulevard. Sammy Davis Jr. How old do you think I am, Richard Ramirez? We need more black girls used to being showered with getting all it raises expectations. So no, that's not the way I see it, Miss D Town. I see it, and I'm not talking about that girl's child, but let's just say it like this: if you're gonna, we don't know what kind of actual environment Five Months was raised around, but if you're going to be training your children, not talking about her, hypothetically, to expect gifts from people, then as they grow up and become teenagers, and they go through that period, whatever, they're going to be out there looking for people to give them stuff. Do you understand what I'm saying? I'm trying not to be very graphic, and I'm really, really, really seriously trying to avoid just saying the actual words. But I hope that you understand what I'm saying. It's not a good look. Mm-mm. No, they're not going to just expect gifts from some boyfriend. When you've trained people to think that all these people are supposed to be giving you stuff, what can that turn into very easily? in my opinion. Remember, I'm from the streets. I've heard a lot of stories in my time. Okay. A lot of women expect people to give them stuff. Let me get off that subject. I get in trouble. Bubble said, Richard Ramirez, you was a serial killer. Why would you want to adapt a name like that? Lord have mercy. Of all the things I want to be. Too much information. Yeah, but you ladies need to be having those conversations with your with other women. Right? Somebody told us somebody told us about something yesterday. I think it's called the soft white underbelly. It's a channel here, and I went there just looking last night, and it's a bunch of stories about pimps, ex-pimps, drug addicts, convicts, prostitutes, various people with various kind of dysfunctional lives, right? Some overcome, most have not. They go through inbred families, and they all these different stories, and it is beneficial for you to learn about people, right? What makes people the way they are. Some of those stories are horrendous. Some of them are just rolled out of regular households too. But I found it very interesting. They interview a lot of broken people. How did they get that way? How did they get broken, honey? So that was a good idea. I don't remember who suggested it. Someone suggested it yesterday though. I will research stuff, if I can remember. So they got a whole channel, and they get hundreds of thousands of views, right? Sometimes if it's not for yourself, maybe you got family members that you would like to be able to communicate with and try to understand. I received your new book Saturday, Murder in the Beef Sector. Looking forward to reading this. Great. That's great. TR Reality After Chemo TV. Oh, Reality After Chemo. See, I like that, talking about serious subjects. We should be talking about serious things on here. We should not all come to YouTube and become children again, where we're all telling fat jokes. Mm-hmm. Stop all that trolling, y'all people. And please hit the like button. Would you please hit the like button? Thank you. Would you? That girl kills me. Would you please hit the like button? That's Miss Clyde Diva, baby. I think if we started talking about more serious subjects, it could catch on. Just like bullshit can catch on, real things can catch on too. Real conversations between adults. There's the market for it. There's all kind of stuff you can actually talk about. You don't see Walter Lee Hampton coming here talking about who's fat and who's skinny and all this shit, child. They're not that interested. Nobody's interested in the child. He gives commentary every day or 4 or 5 times a week. Juan Jones, are you the one that sent me over there yesterday? Yes, it is. They don't cut nothing when they interview. They leave no stone unturned. Right. I was watching a story about this two drug addicts, interracial couple, but you wouldn't think that they would be able to couple with somebody. They were both relatively young. One had lost his leg. Whenever I see addicts with like one leg or limbs cut off, I thought, well, it's possible they could have happened in the surgery. I mean, in the service to this country, and it also could happen from like a flesh-eating disease. Or I've even heard of people falling asleep on their body parts, and it just goes numb and gets gangrene. I don't know, but these guys had at least the white guy had a very horrendous story, and I think the other guy was a little more vague, kind of thing. But they told their real story, the way they lived, exactly. So that could be very interesting. Mm-hmm. Thumbs up this awesome live stream. Sure do. I work 12 hours a day. Thank you. You work 12 hours a day? Bless your heart, baby. Bless your heart. Uh-huh. 3 strikes in baseball? Huh? What else is going on? Please don't mention that. That man's name? Okay. Juan Jones, who was the man, honey? Yeah. Okay, Vincent Harris is a model that works. I can't. Sometimes y'all just talking to each other. I can't follow. 7 down. Okay. No, it's 7 down. So are you guys watching a baseball, a football game or something? That's the strangest thing. My family, most of the guys, my uncles, they were athletes. I had one play professional in college. He played semi-professional. Then the other one was a high school basketball star, but they all played sports, right? And I never picked it up. I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you anything about baseball, football, basketball, nothing. I always resisted because I wasn't good at any of it. And then since I was raised in a house full of women, there was nobody there to kind of teach me stuff. So I'll go to play basketball, and my basketball shot was off because nobody showed me how to do it, right? So I always had this thing about sports. And the strange thing is that a whole lot of gay people have this thing, this thing about sports. We don't like them. And that's not saying all. They have gay leagues and all this stuff. I do kind of believe that a father would be the one to kind of lead you into that, right? Because he would be watching sports. It would be around the house. Haitian princess, hi Haitian princess. Does this mean you are going to no longer fat shame Jay Will? Hell no. Hell the motherfuck no. So good point, Haitian princess. I just think it's unfair with Brianna, and you can figure it out why I feel that way. But no, I ain't backing him off of Wilson. Fuck him. He don't deserve no respect. Fuck him. He even has the nerve to be talking about my belly. You got to realize, baby, I got some stuff going on here myself, child. Mm-mm. So it's different because they're male, because they're female. No. If Brianna just had a few extra pounds like most of us do, it wouldn't bother me. But I think the way they use that is wrong. I just think it's wrong, honey. We learned that as kids. It's wrong. You don't go around following people around like that to tease them. And to tease them about the exact same thing every single day for years. What does that do to a person? It's cruel. And it's wrong. As far as Wilson goes, where that nigga talk about people all damn day and night, day and night. I don't watch him. Oh, I don't watch him. Oh, I don't know. I don't watch him. Why be a liar? I hate liars. That boy got so many characteristics that I just despise. Maybe that's why I enjoy talking about it. Because there's just so much there for me. Right? Maybe it's just a classic theme between, well, he ain't no suit because he ain't got no decent job. He can't hold one. But suits and players, maybe that's it. I went the player route. We have nothing in common with the other people, suit people. He ain't not a suit people, but just squares. I guess is a good way to say it. Squares. And so he likes to torment people because they're from a different background than him. But you ain't walked in my shoes. You don't know a damn thing about me, child. You know, and you pick the strangest thing. Is this the taste level? Have y'all seen that picture he puts up with that person with all the teeth all rotten out and it's all right up close in the mouth? That's disgusting. Where do you find the humor in that, girl? You can't even look at the goddamn thumbnail. It is the level of taste. He don't have no taste, for one thing. You can tell that by the way he dresses and the way he keeps that damn empty ass house. He ain't got no taste. But then he had so much to say about my taste. Why? Because I have something you don't have none? Oh, please. What do you know about my bio father? I can't give you all that stuff. Henny, you can't talk about it, personal stuff on here. I ain't got no problem with it. You can read my book, Meth Monster. I talk about everything. I'm not a shameful type person like that. But on here, tomorrow night, you'll be hearing all about your damn daddy or lack thereof. Shouldn't be a big story, but they make it. I mean, I don't know, honey. I don't know. Yeah. But yeah, there's not a lot to report there anyway. Have you been watching the SF Giants play lately? Nope. My neighbor lady, though, in the elevator just now, tonight, before I came home, told me she works there. Oh, that's why she was saying I've been working for the Giants. Cause is it season now? Is that it? See, I don't know. It's Giant. Is that a baseball or football? Y'all think I'm bullshit when I say I don't know. I don't. San Francisco Giants. Hey, that's baseball, right? I don't know. I have no idea. Okay, Asian princess. Ooh, we've been on there a while. Okay. Baseball. San Francisco Giants. We got teams here. And the 49ers, that's football, right? Didn't the 49ers supposed to leave San Francisco? Didn't they move to somewhere else? I don't know. Don't give me the line, honey. I don't know a damn thing about it, child. It was so funny because when we would have our family reunions, and our family was maybe, it's probably 100 people now, but I think then it's had to be close to 50, 60 people. We get together for all the holidays, right? And so all the men would gather usually in the living room, watch sports and all that kind of stuff. And they talk about guy stuff, mostly about sports. But I always found it more fascinating in the dining room. We were at my grandmother's house. That's usually where we met with the women. I was always in ear hustling. So if I didn't want to be too obvious, then I would just stay between the dining room and the living room so I can hear what the women are talking about. I found that much more interesting than pretending to like these damn sports. Uh-uh. Okay. To the game last Thursday. There are people who fly in San Francisco just to watch these damn games, sports. I guess with men, that's a real big deal. The physicality of sports. But I never got it. And I'm not alone. Ask some of your gay friends. All right, you guys. Thanks for coming in tonight. Right? So, not a lot going on today, but I always enjoy your company. Talk to you guys tomorrow or the next day. Later.